Welcome to live NFP trading session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. We'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion about everything. As you know that today is NFP, very important and volatile day. And if you are following us for some time in the past NFPs, you remember that every NFP we had incredibly profitable trades. So hopefully that this NFP also will give us an incredible trading opportunity, as NFPs when the most amount of volume comes on the market, and as a trader we do need volume to find the high probability trade setup. So before NFP still we have some time to go, and make sure guys that you give a big thumbs up, smash the like button so that the video stay at the top of the search engine. Your help always appreciated. So let's see first of all what's happening with gold and USD pairs, because these are the main instrument that we will be looking during the NFP period. Now gold, as you can see, we have seen that some retracement to the downside. This is an extremely bullish market now. If you have seen that from here, gold has done exactly as expected, strongly bullish. Now at this point, if we look at the daily time frame, we see that there is a wickless candle on the daily time frame. A previous day, this is a very strongly bullish candle. Now the price with that strong bullish candle in fact reached a resistance zone where we can expect further rise, but at the same time we need to wait for the NFP to be released. So once it is released, in fact we will know exactly what the market is doing, because this news in fact is a market mover. So far is still we see bullish momentum on the market. Let's see what happened as month ended. You see that this is a new month, so always when there is a new month, new week, sometime the market changes its trend. So if it changes the trend, then we'll definitely ride the trend. And as you know that as a forex trader, we can buy or sell whatever you want to do. So based on, if we know the direction and the entry point, the rest we can leave on the market. So with that in mind guys, we see that as you can see, gold with that impulse, this is a very important point on gold. This is in fact an order block. So smart money bought from this level. If I draw this important level, we see that this is the level where the previous support here, which is a very important support, acted here as a resistance, and also here acted here as a support. And from that support we have seen a false breakout with this narrow long, not narrow, long giant bullish engulfer. And with that bullish engulfer we have seen an impulse correction. Impulse, now it is in correction and we are expecting another impulse. Now it will be really an awesome trading opportunity if the price creates a false breakout. And what I'm expecting, in fact, you see that this resistance on the monthly perspective, this 1786.85 level has completely broken to the upside here. This is the resistance here, which is turning here as a support. Now what I am expecting during the NFP to have a spike down and to test this previous resistance zone, which is turning support, and from here we are expecting a bullish move. So this is a bit ambitious, but it's still possible for during the news. How much volatility come in the market will determine in fact which way the market will be heading. But always keep in mind that the law of trading is what is going up is likely to go up. So with that in mind, we will be still remain bullish. It doesn't mean that we are jumping on a trade as a buy trade, because as I told you that the news can change anything in the market. So with that news, we'll see in fact what's gonna happen. If we see that the price created a strongly bearish market, then yeah, definitely will not hesitate to sell as well. So based on how it is doing, we will be analyzing, observing the market throughout the session. So in the meantime, let me reload this the news calendar. Now if you are completely beginner as a trader, this is a free website where you can find all kind of news announcement including NFP. So if you're complete beginner, you have never visited this website, this site called forexfactory.com, with many other sites, this one also provides a news announcement. I normally follow this site because it looks very familiar and very easy to follow. So if you are new, then how you can do, first visit the website and go to this section called calendar. So if you're first time visiting this site, you might see a lot of news here except this red. So if you want to filter out the less important news, you can go to this filter button, you can click here, unchecked all those buttons. So if you keep that checked, then you might see that all those news is showing here. Some of them for me unnecessary, so I don't, because if I follow all of them I will get fully confused. So I do the filter and then unchecked all those boxes and then apply filter. You'll see all the new news. Another thing is you can see that your time here is synchronized with the time on the on the calendar. Sometime you might see it's not synchronized. In that case, you can click here and then select your time zone from here. For me it's Sydney, so I select Sydney and then apply setting and then go to the calendar. You see exactly the timing is synchronized with that. So with that in mind, we see that there is a news coming on dollar and CAD 12:30 a.m., which is around less than an hour from now. But with that in mind, all the dollar pairs, all the CAD pairs, and USD CAD especially getting very volatile. So let me look at USD CAD, guys, to see in fact my view on USD CAD, and also let us know your view. USD CAD to me looking like that it is a strongly bearish market. Now if you look at this is intraday or 4-hour time frame, we see that there is a potential head here and also left shoulder, right shoulder, giving us a head and shoulder and possible drop on USD CAD. And USD CAD is really important pair. Already we see the previous session, this doji in fact grab liquidity from here. If you draw this resistance level on USD CAD, you can see that from this 20 period moving average breaking all this high, it grabbed liquidity and quite a few candles. You see this long wick basically is representing that this market is likely to melt down. So for me USD CAD is highly bearish, and I think that this market basically after NFP will continue to drop. And this market, you see that there's a gap opening and rise up. For me this whole zone is a manipulation, and this is a part of game. As you know, the manipulation happens all the time in the market, and for moving the market in fact manipulation sometimes is important for moving the market. I know that the word has a little bit of negative connotation, but in fact without false breakout or without liquidity grab, we may not be able to move the market, because as a retail trader we are in fact not able to move the market. Big boys move the market, and they need this kind of false breakout or liquidity grab to that move the market. Now as a retail trader, what I do is I try to find out what they are doing in the market, where the levels is broken, created a false breakout, so that I can be with them as a that this is the best practice that I think that anyone can do. That's what I do, instead of thinking that which way the market is heading, why this is happening. Instead of the, so what I do is I try to find out what they are doing and going with them, going with the flow. It's the best practice that I think one can do. There is a term called I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, going with the flow. So trading with the trend is like it's like or going with the flow. And big boys basically they trade with the trend in most of the time. to take biggest trade possible in the market. So USD CAD, what I see that a cleanly bearish market, but what I'm expecting during the news to have a spike up. Okay, so if it has a spike up like that, USD CAD, which is likely to happen, and which is a probability for, there is a little bit of imbalance here. If you closely look at, you see that, let me show you what I mean by this. You see that USD CAD, there is a reversal pattern here. You see that it has broken down. Now with that, you know that this is a change of trend from uptrend to the downtrend, and we see that if you draw a level with this resistance, top of this green candle and also bottom of this green candle, we see that there is an imbalance here. Okay, so it is possible during the news, during NFP, the price to have a spike to the upside, you know, grab liquidity from here and then to drop. So if that's the case, this will be a really good move to the downside on USD CAD. And during the NFP, if we find that opportunity, yeah, definitely we will enter a trade. And as you know that we do enter some live trade during NFP, guys, so make sure you stick till the end of this session to see in fact how we are doing. And also guys, make sure that you give a big thumbs up, as I mentioned, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see everything available in this channel. This is the unique channel you will find in the whole industry. Not only the trading, we talk about trading psychology to develop, you know, to help everyone to develop as a trader, and that's the goal of Forex Trading Wizard Academy, is to help every trader possible. So thank you very much for joining this session. Let me look at the chat, and also use the live chat, guys, to write whatever you are thinking, your ideas, and also let me know what pair you are trading so that I can give my opinion and also give your opinion about the market, share with everyone using the live chat. From Pakistan, Haida, thank you very much. Kingsley, good day coach, thank you. Kingsley, Gbpusd coach, awesome. Jawahar, welcome coach, my friend. Thank you Jawahar, thank you my friend, thank you very much. Have a profitable day. Awesome Jawahar. Kakulan, hi. Maldale, morning all, thank you very much. Favor, hi coach. Eurogpp, what's your thought? Help, no problems, we'll look at it. Mila, good morning. Nizam from Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you very much, Mila, for joining from USA. Good day coach, how are you doing today? I'm good, very good, thank you very much. Semi trading, welcome, thank you very much. With all news affect GBP AUD, I think the NFP basically affect most of the pairs, even other pairs also. It is the reason is, you know, that the reason it affect all the pairs is the way I can explain is, for example, how do you know that, like energy, what we saw that there is a term that we learned when we school, that energy cannot be subtracted, divided, or multiplied, or destroyed, or created. It's a constant, right? So the total liquidity, you can say, like an energy. So what happening is that, for example, during the NFP, when dollar getting stronger or you know weaker, that means that when the price is having a spike, so basically what happening is that liquidity, you know, are going from one currency to the other currency. So in case, let's say suddenly dollar got very, very stronger, then what's happening is that liquidity coming from some other currencies. So as an example, let's say suddenly dollar got stronger and have a spike. So this liquidity on dollar is basically coming from maybe GBP, from euro, from other pairs. So that is why when during the NFP, when market is extremely volatile, it affects every pairs, including currency pairs and cryptocurrencies, even the indices. So that is why we closed all our trade with most of them in profit, all of them in profit today. Because NFP, so and as soon as the NFP finish, then we will open again trade. Let's see what happened. So let me look at Kanayat at top of the day. Coach, thank you very much. I hope you had a patient, pleasant night. Yeah, absolutely. Smash the button, thumbs up like madman. Thanks you very much. Awesome. So, good evening. Thank you very much, Mark Thompson. Good morning, coach from Connecticut. Is VIP chat an additional charge? I'm not allowed. Why not? Absolutely. You can. VIP chat is an open group for everyone. Have you joined the VIP chat group? You can find a link. Absolutely, no problems at all. Um, Harry Mahabub, good afternoon, coach. Euro dollar. Mohanat, thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much. Rizban, good day, coach. Good day, traders. Thank you very much. Euro dollar is bullish highly. Absolutely, looks like bullish. Looks like dollar getting weaker to me. And from USD CAD, what I see that there is a moving average crossover. You can see that, and with that moving average crossover, we see that in fact USD CAD is creating a strong price action here. Please, coach, look at oil and gas. Yeah, I'll look at it. How about GJ and UJ? Yeah, we'll look at it. Hello, coach. Good day. Thank you very much, UJ, and vice versa. Very good. Thank you. Hi, coach. I'm a new lifetime member here today, learning and earning. Thank you, Tony. You are welcome. Welcome to Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Thank you very much. You made the best decision. So let's jump on to GJ and some of the pairs. So GJ, what do you see that in fact there is a strong drop on GJ, and there is a this is a false breakout here, a clean false breakout with this long candle on GBP JPY. Let me look at monthly perspective on GBP JPY, guys. So you see that GBP JPY, this is the monthly price action, and what we have seen that you can see this is the previous, there is a monthly bullish candle followed by a monthly candle that is closed, which created a lower high with a half body half wick. This month, once the price open, we have seen primarily a bearish move. Now looks to me that, guys, GJ as yen getting stronger and day by day, what we could see that GJ, I think that will drop, and in the first move we could see that GJ is coming to this level, to this liquidity. You know, there's a monthly doji, and also what we see that with the GJ, as you can see, this is the long wick on the monthly perspective, where there is a long wick. Now why did I took the half of this week? If you closely look at the market, you will see all the time when you see a doji like that, you will see that the market normally retrace some area of this zone. Now if you closely look at this long doji on the monthly, this zone has not been tested yet. So with that in mind, we could potentially see a GJ is coming back down for a deeper retracement. Looking at the weekly, now this is the weekly close, weekly candle that is closing tonight. But what I think that, guys, on GBP JPY, this weekly candle, what it did, it failed to create a higher high. So when you see a market like that, an impulse correction, okay, now it should be creating another impulse or higher high, but instead what we see that the sellers is suddenly got stronger than the bulls. So what I in that case is likely to happen is that GJ likely to come back down even along this zone. So we could potentially see that GBP JPY is coming to test this support again. Okay, so this is a very strong order block here. and looking at the daily, which is in fact a big move in terms of lower time frame. So how we can see the market might move, looking at the intraday. Now you see that GJ on the 4 hours, and then the question coming is where we can find a trading opportunity. For me, you can see that there is a dynamic resistance line here, okay, on GBP/JPY. So there are basically, if you closely look at, as you see, the market normally moves in two layers. In most of the market, you see that it moves in two layers. So what do I mean by two layers? See, if you closely look at, you see that there is an outer shell, which is this one, and there is the inner shell, which is this one on. Okay, so you see that in most of the market it does that. So for me, the best place for selling GBP/JPY is from the outer shell. So what you could see at some point is in the weekly close, if you see that this is the weekly candle, tonight we might see some upward move, and finally highly likely that GBP/JPY will test this weekly low, which is the previous support zone, turning resistance. So if you look at the intraday perspective, you see that this is the 4-hour time frame, and what you could see creating a lower high with this. At some point the price is likely to come to test this level, and from that zone we can expect to sell GBP/JPY, which is a very good sell opportunity, where there is a 20 EMA on the 4-hour, where there is the previous resistance here, and also coming with this dynamic resistance with 20 EMA could be a very good place for selling or adding another position if you are running a sell trade. NFP USD will be strong, or you go with what's zero? So far USD is weaker. After NFP we will know. So far to me dollar is weaker, and normally if before, and let's say what I have seen in my experience, like as an it's not something any kind of rules, but observation that I'm sharing is that when you see, let's say there is NFP, dollar was weaker, and suddenly in the day of NFP at certain period, if dollar getting stronger, that's the sign that after NFP it will again revert back to its original position. So with that in mind, what we could see that NFP might give us further selling opportunity on with dollars. So basically with the euro and GBP and gold, for so far we are still bullish, but as soon as we will find clear direction after NFP, then we can enter a trade like we do in every NFP session. So let's see, dollar is still weaker. Good evening, coach. Thank you very much. What's your thought on GU? Yeah, we'll look at it. Good morning from Caribbean. Thank you very much. GBPAUD from, we'll look at it. Hello, coach. I'm short on euro dollar. You are short on euro dollar. Let me look at it. I'll look at it. Abuga sir, thank you for this great education and trade alert. Thank you very much. This is my first week of joining. Okay, you made me profitable for the first time in my life. God bless. Thank you very much, Abuga. Thank you very much for joining this joining our community, and absolutely it's your credit. You did the proper risk management and you made profit, and it's your credit. Thank you very much. So let's look at now euro dollar, guys. What's happening? Look, euro dollar, as I mentioned earlier, analysis on GBP USD. On GBP USD, like euro dollar, it's bullish. Okay, Gbpusd also, the analysis that I posted early today, what I have seen that, guys, Gbpusd, you see that there's a bullish engulfer followed by this is creating another bullish candle. Okay, now look at this market here. You see there is a very strong liquidity grab with a full body. This candle is a very powerful bullish engulfer, very powerful. Okay, and if you closely look at this, is in fact an order block. Some of you ask me sometime, how do you understand smart money concept? This is a smart money concept, guys. So if you are looking to understand how the smart money trade, then you can understand it. See, look at this here, what happened on Gbpusd. So these are order blocks that smart money trading. Okay, as a retail trader, we may not be able to move the market that way, as I mentioned earlier. So what we could see, as you can see, these levels are super important. Once you understand that, you can and know how to hold the trade, learn risk management. Trading is not that much hard, trust me, it's easy. The only thing that you need to know is to control your emotion, learning risk management, and stick to the game. Even if you cannot control your emotion, that's fine. We all are human. It takes time. Okay, sometime if you like become very like you say that, okay, I can't control emotion, that could leads to more emotional turbulence. So you need to just accept it as is. That's the only the thing, acceptance is the key. So see, we all have we all share same kind of human psychology. So if you are not being able to control the emotion, then accept it, you'll see that you will be able to control. So accepting, you might say, okay, what kind of acceptance to you? If I clarify to you, trust me, anyone struggling in emotion in trading, just trust me, just say to yourself, it's okay to be like that. Okay, just accept it. Accept the fact that this is the way of being a trader. You see that next day it will solve at least 50% to 80%, even it will resolve. Because the thing is that when you resist, what you resist persist. So don't resist, just be open and just give yourself some time. Okay, and it will work it out by itself. So what do you see that back to back two levels, where you see that there is a resistance here, and support here. So with that resistance and support, what do you see that British pound US dollar tested this previous resistance, turning support, which is a very important level. And with that breakout from this triple bottom, we see there is a liquidity gap, created this bullish engulfer, followed by this is the previous resistance, turning support, created this very strong bullish candle. Okay, now this bullish candle is very different from any other candles, and we do have a strategy to trade to understand this kind of price action that we teach in our students in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So this candle in fact has a very important significance. If you closely look at, see what the clue here, see this red candle here is a full body red. Okay, it has a huge volume, and the price just been bounced from that level where there is a previous resistance. This long wick candle is turning support here, and that's an order block. Okay, and smart money bought from this level, and that is why this level is so important. And we have seen this aggressive move which is likely to go further. So with that news announcement, we will be looking at how we can capitalize this move. Now, as you have seen yesterday on Aussie dollar during this live session, guys, we closed this trade on as a with profit 1 to 1. I hope that everyone was in this live session have opened the trade, though this is everything is for educational here, but still it will boost your confidence. That's as a new trader, which is very very important that you first develop confidence that you can do it, you are a profitable trader, and then the rest comes automatically. And today also we open on a UD trade, which is we closed later because of the news coming up, which is also a little bit in profit, but that we can't consider as a profit. So we closed it because the news is coming, and once the news will be released, we will be jumping on a trade again. So let me look at it, guys. Euro dollar, yeah, carrying weaker. What happened? Indices and gold dollar about to fly. Let's look at sell euros. Okay, I don't recommend to sell euro dollar or Gbpusd, but let's see what after the news, as I told you, that the game will change. Thank you very much, GVC, for coming. USD CHF, please, coach. Yeah, look at it. US100. Yeah, we'll look at the indices. GBP AUD. Hello, coach. I'm long on gold. No problems. Thank you very much. Can you please help for signals on? Yeah, I'll look at indices next. Brother, NFP will pump dollar. All pairs against dollar will drop. I'll look at bin USD. Okay, no problems. Thank you very much. USD dollar yen, yeah, dollar, no problems. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's jump on to, guys, indices to see in fact how it is performing. Now looking at, first of all, let's look at NASDAQ, NAS100. Now what we see, NAS100 has given me this is the candle that has formed. To me, it's highly bullish. This is 1 hour chart. If I look at overall picture, monthly NAS100, as you can see, back to back 2 months, to me it is still bullish. Okay, if you closely look at that, the price has bounced from this monthly support, but you know, when the monthly closing, the candle, you can see that it's a full body green. If we could see a long wick at the top, that could be as a possibility for drop, but for the time being, what I think that on the monthly perspective, NASDAQ is likely to test this monthly 20 period moving average. So for me, for NASDAQ is going to be going to test this level at least, so 1256 at least, and where there is a 20 EMA, even it could reach this 20 EMA, and from that zone we might see a bounce. So with that in mind, monthly perspective, it is still bullish. Looking at the weekly, this is the weekly candle, as you can see, which is today is the last day of trading week. But what you see that this candle, after the NFP, during the NFP, we might see some spike to the upside. So basically it is preparing for a bullish move, NASDAQ. Now if you look at the low of this weekly candle, what we see that, see, look at this one here, there is a double bottom, back to back 2 bullish candle without any wick at the bottom, giving us a possible reversal from this downtrend to the uptrend. Okay, so double bottom with a higher low with a liquidity gap in it, has broken out of this double bottom with this bullish engulfer on NASDAQ, NAS100, and then that double bottom, okay, there is only one red candle in the middle. Look at this one here. If we draw this resistance zone, with this resistance is turning here, support here, turning resistance. Now if we closely look at this price action, you will know exactly what do I mean by this liquidity graph. You see that back to back 2 weeks doji has been violated to the downside, and then immediately has gone up with a strong bullish candle. Okay, now with that in mind, we see that in fact NAS100 has created a bullish move. Now with that candle, this is look like that highly likely that this candle is going to close above at least somewhere here today, so that giving us a potential for the next couple of weeks to go up. Okay, to go up. And what I think that NAS is even breaking this resistance zone, or even coming back here. So with that in mind, for me NAS100 is highly bullish. So if NAS100 is NASDAQ is getting bullish, then dollar getting weaker, gold is going to be bullish, euro dollar, Gbpusd is bullish. So with that in mind, let's look at daily. Now daily perspective, what we see that there is a bullish engulfer. Okay, now this bullish engulfer, guys, formed in a very important level. Keep in mind, so if you are gonna be a trader, you need to understand this concept. This is a smart money concept. You can see that this level is where the big boys bought this market. This is the resistance here, support here, double bottom in an uptrending market. So this is an uptrend, it's an impulse correction. In an uptrending market, the price violated the support, grab liquidity, is basically giving us a potential for bullish move. Now today the previous day we have seen an arrow doji, which is a sign of a strong bullish move. Now on the intraday perspective, we see that the price has, after this vertical move, created a pattern. Now it is giving some bullish probability. Now after the spike, what you could see, now for me, according to our trend following strategy indicator, we see that buy signal here. Okay, so that means that highly likely we could potentially see the NASDAQ 100 is going to be bullish. Now the only thing is, during the news we might see the spike, or in case any fundamental serious change, then we might see some breakdown. But at the end of the day, it is a long-term bullish. Okay, even if during the NFP, okay, if we see that the market has broken down, but I think that it will not come back down and close as a bearish candle, which is unlikely to happen. So that means that long-term picture on NAS is bullish. So what's the correlation between NASDAQ and gold? So when NASDAQ going up, gold will go up. When NASDAQ going down, gold will go down. That's the correlation. So basically, this is the relationship between US dollar and versus rest of the world. So the easiest way you can understand the correlation with any currency, if you like look at the whole industry with forex, crypto, metal, indices, so it might be very confusing. So easiest way that I remember, and you'll see that that's how maybe everyone has its own way of understanding things, but the way I found easiest way to do is US dollar, so USD versus rest of the world, so rest of the things. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier today, so the way I think is in terms of energy. Okay, so when you see that the energy cannot be broken, cannot be created or destroyed, all energy is constant, right? So in terms of liquidity, we can think in that way. So once, let's say, dollar getting stronger, dollar getting weaker, then the liquidity from dollar is going to the rest of the world. So that means that once you see the dollar getting weaker, so all the pairs against dollar will get stronger. And when dollar getting stronger, that means liquidity is coming back to dollar. Everything will get weaker, including gold. So that is why dollar, you see that when dollar getting weaker, gold is going up, NASDAQ going up, US30 going up, or everything. So this is the easiest way that I can remember to read the market. Okay, so let's look at the chart. Dollar yen, absolutely highly recommended. Okay, so look at it. We'll look at it. Looks like that euro dollar is still bullish. Let me look at it. USD and GJ, please. Thank you. I'll look at it. What's your prediction on gold? Gold for me is still bullish. Coach, how can you search the indicator? All-in, how can I search the indicator in TradingView? Okay, so the indicator is, you can't find it on TradingView by searching it. So it's basically, this is a invite only indicator, okay, which you can see that this is giving us a buy and sell signal. So this is not in fact an indicator, this is our strategy. So we are using this trend. It's one of my favorite strategy because this is how we can ride a trend. So this strategy is basically translated into a Python script and available for TradingView as well as for MetaTrader for user. So this is only invite only indicator. For those who are our lifetime member in our academy can access that indicator, and even if I give access to you this indicator, it will not create any value to you, because first you need to learn the strategy, and I don't recommend anyone to use the indicator without learning the strategy, because the indicator will give you signals, but you need to know why this signal is being generated. Okay, you can't rely on machine without understanding. It's like giving you the indicator without a strategy. It's like giving you the calculator without teaching you how to multiply or subtract. So you know that if you have a calculator but you don't know how to do the multiplication or addition by manually, then that's the thing. So that is why, because the strategy will tell you exactly what's happening. So it is the automation of the strategy. Once you grasp the concept, rules, and understand everything, then you can use the indicator to help you to find quick trades in the market. So what do you see that NASDAQ now currently rejecting, so which is a news phenomena. So let's see the news. What's happening is, guys, in the meantime, as I mentioned, that if you want to be a part of this, also this trading tools available for all the students in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. You can find a link in the description area. You can visit the website. There is a discount going on which is ending very soon, and also there is a link at the top of this chat. You can visit the website, join lifetime access plan to have all the strategies, trading tools, and everything that is available in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy to experience and to be a part of for the rest of your life if you want to be a consistently profitable professional trader. So NASDAQ, what we see that the price is basically now rejecting from here. Now if we closely look at what I think, that as the news is coming, we might see some spike down, and that's what we need for the spike. Once the spike is done, then we can look at things that how it will do. Let's see what happened. Okay, now at the same time you see that there is a head and shoulder on this time frame, right? This is the main thing that you need to understand. See, this is a head and shoulder, right? There is a head and shoulder, a clearly defined head and shoulder. Head and shoulder is a pattern that reverses the market, right? And that is why I'm saying, so we need to see the news results, how it is reacting with the news. But I always tell guys that first thing, the biggest mistake when I started trading is looking at the pattern first, and then over time doing a lot of mistakes, that what I learned that actually is not the pattern, is the trend. Okay, see, trend is the most important thing that I found in my trading. And what I would say that if anyone follow the trend, even with the weakest trading strategy, follow the trend, hold the trade for a long time, and do the proper risk management, it is possible to be profitable from very little experience in trading. It is possible. So and why it is important to be profitable as early as possible is because it's a confidence. Once you are profitable, you can stick to the game. Even you're not making maybe much money, you may have a job that maybe you need to support by a job, but it's still, if you have a something like a hobby or as a trading that you are profitable, it will give you a big confidence for future. Because as I mentioned earlier, if you can stick to the game for long period of time, there will be a time when you can see the trade like a crystal clear. And when you can see the trade like a crystal clear water, like a fish under the water, you can catch the fish. You can take the big risk with a smaller account to generate bigger income. That is how the smart traders make money. So sometimes you hear that turning a very small account into bigger account. And sometimes when I ask this same question to myself when I started trading, is it possible to turn a very smaller account into bigger account? The answer is yes. But at the same time, the pathway that I'm telling is, first, initially you can't do that. If I tell a beginner to turn $100 or $1,000 into $10,000 in a month or in a week, a beginner can't, because it needs practice, it needs patience, it needs learning. But once you become an experienced trader, you can. And to become an experienced trader, you need to stick to the game for an extended period of time. And that is why it is important that being a profitable, so that we don't become hopeless, we can keep going with learning and understanding. Thank you very much, guys, everyone. Please give a big thumbs up, smash the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As you know that there's an enormous value in this channel that will really help you. I try to put as much value as possible to help every trader out there. So let's jump on to the chart again, as NFP is coming very soon. Only 9 minutes remaining for the news to be released, and hopefully that we will find good trade. Let's jump on to USD CAD, guys. As you know that USD CAD in fact is it's now going up. So what my opinion on USD CAD is to go a spike to the upside, okay, to go up, to have a spike along this zone and to give us potential shorting opportunity. For me, USD CAD is bearish. The price action it has formed here is a bearish price action. So let's see in the progression of this session. Once you see a good trade, we'll definitely jump on a trade. Even in this live session, no problems. You open trade in the past during the NFP. The only thing that I need you guys is to please manage your risk when you open a trade is very important, because it's everything here is education anyway. And I recommend you to open in a demo account if you open any trade, if we find any trade. But it is important that you follow proper risk management plan if you want to be a trader. So looking at USD CAD, what do we see that for me, I think that in the short term we might see a spike up again, okay, and with that spike up, and then we might see that USD CAD is coming back down. So if I look at higher time frame, for me USD CAD is bearish with that impulse. This is a correction, and for me it is likely to melt to the downside, okay, and I think that it's a change of trend. So if you look at monthly, what we see that this is the monthly price action on USD CAD. Let's do quickly a multi time frame before the news. So USD CAD, what we see that this candle, it is a middleman. You see that there is a perfect long wick at the top, long wick at the bottom, so which is a middleman on USD CAD that has in fact a huge volume in it. Though this is a monthly, will not be trading monthly, but this higher time frame will give you a clear direction in the market, removing all the noise from the lower time frame. Now if you look at the previous month candle, you see this one, and let's draw a level here, okay, and what I think that during this spike the price is highly likely that will test this monthly low, which is around 1.3495, which is the price is 1.3440, which is around 55 pip up move may happen during the spike, and I think that the price will bounce from that level. So even it could penetrate that and then can continue to drop. Now looking at the weekly, this is the weekly price action, okay, so we see a different picture on the weekly, okay, so we see that on the weekly perspective the price, a bullish candle, dodgy gap opening with a candle that has gone up well above. Now let's look at daily to see, okay, daily, it is again here is bearish. There is a very strong rejection on the daily. You see that 2 days earlier, followed by this dodgy. Now if you closely look at, you see that this market was moving along this trend line on the daily perspective. This is the support zone on the daily, okay, the price is still on that support, and this is the resistance, which you can't define exactly with a line because it's a dynamic. So if we look at the intraday perspective, okay, what we see that on the 4-hour we can make this price action a little bit easy to understand. Now what I see that for me USD CAD, you see I see a head and shoulder on this time frame. You see there is a head here, left shoulder and right shoulder, but the price is still, you see this dotted line that I have drawn is the monthly resistance zone. What I think that, which is if you look at the weekly, which is almost the half of this weekly level. Now what I think, the price will go up again, will grab liquidity from here and then will drop. The reason, if you also closely look at on the weekly, you see this is the starting of an impulsive move on the weekly time frame. This is a very strong impulse, came back here and then has gone up again. So if we take our Fibonacci on the weekly, you see that the price penetrated that zone, again come back below this 61.8% Fibonacci level. So what I see that, guys, you see there is a trend line on the daily here as well. So if we relate all those information, what we can expect that later today have a bounce to the upside and then to reject. Now on the intraday perspective, let's delete this line here, this one not that much important, these two are important. So I think with you see this is a long wick here on the USD CAD on the 4-hour time frame. This resistance, okay, is highly likely that the price will have a spike, will create either a lower high with that, test this monthly support turning resistance, and we might see that USD CAD is coming back down like that. Okay, so let's see what happened. This is just an analysis. We are not jumping on a trade yet, because the as news will be released in 3 minutes, the game completely can change how the market is moving. So our goal is to first to let the news release, market settle down, and then we look at it, all of them. Okay, so it's a big moment for traders. NFP guys, make sure that you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Okay, so only 2 minutes to go. So look at all those. Let's do a short list on the pairs that we will be looking at, so that we don't need to look at all of them. Okay, basically all those. So DXY is highly bearish. Okay, now we could, as I mentioned, we could see a spike which is needed for us. Let me short list all of them. Okay, so let's see what happened, how the market is moving. Gold, we'll keep eye on gold, dollar CAD, GBP USD, and Euro USD mainly. Okay, had a big spike down. Okay, so that means the dollar CAD has gone up as expected, right? So which is needed. Okay, so you look at monthly on gold. So look at the result first to see, guys, what's happening in the market, then we'll understand. Okay, so if we look at first dollar data, well, better for the dollar, 263k, so dollar getting stronger as a result, and unemployment rate 3.7, same as it is. CAD, in terms of CAD is showing some data is weaker, some data average hourly earnings is bigger. So CAD is mixed, but dollar getting, looks like the dollar have some strength on it. Okay, so let me look at GBP. So there is strong movement. Okay, GBP JPY also had a spike up. So Aussie dollar, see a big drop. If we look at the monthly, let me look at NASDAQ. Okay, so you see that okay, so basically the price has come back on gold the previous resistance, which is turning support. Let's see what happened. This is what expected. Let me look at the USD CAD. Big move. Looking at the monthly to see in fact where it is heading. Let me look at DXY, guys. Dollar yen. I still think that dollar is getting weaker later. Let's see what happened. So the market data released, we see that in terms of USD non-farm employment change is well above the expectation, so which is giving a strength on dollar, and for unemployment rate is remaining as it is. So in that case, as a result, we see strengthening in dollar. Okay, but for me, what I think that you see dollar yen, this is dollar yen, and how the candle will close after 25 minutes will really determine a big part of this game, how this market will be heading. So if you look at dollar yen, okay, so if we go back to the monthly on gold, so gold so far we see a spike down. That's good for, let's see, there is a weakless candle on gold. Now as you can see, if you look at this in daily price action, we see that on gold there is a neckline of this double bottom. There is a double bottom and the neckline. Even we could see a retest of this level, because this resistance zone on the intraday didn't test yet. So let's see what happened, how it is reacting to this level. will really give us a clear idea of how the market will be heading. So as you know that there is always back and forth. When the news release, the market moves in one way and then later it changes its direction. So we need to see candle close, and I would recommend you to be patient, because without understanding clear direction, it's not a good idea to jump on a trade. So we see the price currently on gold is testing this level, and afterwards, in fact, we will know how the market is reacting to this news. So for oil, we see that WTI has tested this resistance and now coming back down. So I think that WTI or oil tested the daily 20 MA. This one we might see slowly moving down because it has already tested the resistance. If we look at the monthly price, on the monthly we see a bearish candle. Now the price tested this zone, and we could potentially see a spike down on US oil. So let's see, this is bearish market. We see locally an uptrend on US oil. Now the price is trying to create this market, break this market structure. Once it will break this structure, we could potentially see a drop. So for the time being, let's see what happened. Let's see all those market, including USD CAD. Even going to the 5 minutes on USD CAD. If I look at this time frame on dollar CAD, it's, to me, it's still bearish. So after the candle close, actually we'll know. But from the data, from fundamental perspective, what we have seen that dollar, the data, the fundamental factors contributing to the strengthening in dollar. Let's see what happened. See, if it is making dollar bull, then we'll see. But let's look at DXY. It's the monthly chart on DXY. Okay, so one thing we need to look at on DXY, you see that, guys, there is a very important level of support here on DXY, and it, because we see the data, it is from the technical perspective, it is possible for dollar to go up and test this monthly resistance level again, because we haven't seen significant retracement on the monthly on DXY. So with that in mind, let's look at from that point of view what could do. So we see that the previous week's bearish candle this week so far bearish, but what we have seen, if you look at this weekly chart, it's still fully bearish, but there is an imbalance here. Only the thing that you can see, this is the high on the weekly resistance, and this is the support here that we have drawn from the monthly perspective, the monthly low of the doji. Now it is possible for dollar DXY to go up and test this level and then to create a monthly doji this for this month. Okay, it is possible. So with that, if that's the case, then first 2 weeks we could see a bullish move in dollar. Okay, so then if that's the case, let's look at the daily. So from that perspective, you see this is the imbalance that has done on dollar DXY. But what we have seen on the daily, this is a very strongly bearish candle that has a huge liquidity in it. So there is a little bit of contradictory information, but what we need to do, we need to see first, wait for the candle close, then we'll find out what's happening. Once the candle closed, we will know which way the market is creating the move. The way this daily candle has formed on DXY, which is a sign of bigger move. Okay, so if we see at the end of the last 15 minutes of this candle, again dollar is getting weaker, then that is bearish. Okay, because dollar is so far weaker, and it will be good, comfortable for us to trade on the short side rather than on the long side, because to go long with dollar we need a reversal pattern. Okay, in the similar way, we see that gold has a spike down, which is testing the previous resistance zone, turning support. Okay, now if the retest fail, okay, if we see that in fact which is happening, we see the gold currently spiking down. If that's the case, if we see it has completely penetrated down instead of testing, close back below, then we would say that okay, gold has reversed from here. Okay, now this level is super important, guys. As you can see, gold is testing this level, which is very important, because how gold is interacting with this level will determine in fact what might happen. Okay, if we see that, you see the price now testing this previous resistance turning support with this even 20 EMA, and if we see a very strong pressure to the downside, and let's say if this one closes back below this level, and then the next one, you see there's a red candle here, the next one, if it is coming at the green candle here, that can in fact give us a potential drop on dollar, okay, on gold and all of them. So we see now this, the price is below the resistance zone. This is the monthly resistance here, okay, and let's see how it does. Even last 5 minutes could be different. Okay, you see there is a big, this is the 5 minutes chart. I think that almost long consolidation. Okay, so what we are seeing now so far on gold, you see that because the data that NFP has released on gold, on USD, we see that non-farm employment change is 263k, forecast was 200k, so which is contributing to the strengthening in dollar. And if you closely look at that unemployment rate, which is remaining as it is, so that could contribute to the strengthening in USD. But still we have 10 minutes to go to close this candle. But what we are seeing, that you see this is the previous support zone here. Now if the price remain above this level, above this narrow doji, this is the 4-hour time frame, as you know that, I would say that it's still bullish. We could see still the gold is going up. But if we see the price has broken this level, candle close back below, then we can consider it as a double top, okay, and we might see a possible head and shoulder and then reversal of change of trend. But for me, the way the price action is formed is still my bias is to the bullish side, unless we see a clear change of trend. Okay, so we see that thank you very much. Okay, so let's see how it does, then we'll understand. If we see that this is a fake out, then if we look at monthly, again looking at the higher time frame, always that's what I analyze the chart, is always looking at, you know, higher time frame in relation to the lower time frame. So with that said, with DXY guys, that I said on that, on the monthly there is a probability to test the monthly high, which is in fact if you project it on the gold, it is the support on the gold. Okay, now look, going back to DXY. Okay, if you see that DXY, you see this is the resistance which is possible for the price to go ahead and test it, this resistance. Okay, and with the same, in the same way, we can consider that gold to come back here to test this support if it reject from here. Now you see this is the monthly resistance zone, this is the monthly resistance. Okay, there is one monthly candle is acting as resistance. So if this NFP is a game changer, then we could say that gold might come back to this level of this in this order block again. This is an order block where if you look at the monthly and weekly, you see this level is where this monthly high. Okay, now for me it's still, we would see over time a bullish momentum, but for the time being it is possible for the price, because when you see a price close, breaks a monthly, weekly, or any time frames high, in most cases you see that after being overextended it comes back down again to a certain level for a retracement. Now looking at the weekly, what we see that in fact weekly perspective, this is the previous support zone here, which is turning resistance and also resistance here. We see a little bit of lower high has been created. Now looking at daily, so this is the daily price action on the intraday. Now this is the candle that is closing in 5 minutes, will give us a lot of way of thinking how the price might do. Okay, so let's say if this current candle closing below this level, then how do you be trading? You need to look like, we need to look at this reversal pattern here. You can see that there is a previous support zone here with this double top that could give us a potential setup on this one here. But let's see how the market is doing after the candle close, then we will know exactly which way to trade. So let's turn on our TF indicator. We see there is a buy here only. Okay, let me look at all those pairs. So we see that GJ, okay, with the USD ZAR, what I see that USD ZAR is created a bullish move. Okay, if you look at monthly, we have seen that USD ZAR, in fact, there is a monthly, this price action is still bullish on the lower time frame on USD ZAR. Now looking at dollar yen, you see this is the candle that is closing on dollar yen now. So what I would say that if we see, let's say, an inverted head and shoulder here, including dollar yen, okay, with this doji, then this could be a change of trend. Looks like that dollar might get stronger. This is the daily candle. You can, there is a strong rejection from the bottom on the daily. Okay, now looking at, let's say, look at all the time frame. This is the monthly. Now it is possible for dollar to get stronger for the short term. Looking at weekly, it's bearish. Looking at the daily, so intraday. Okay guys, so what I see, and going to the gold again, so gold is basically, we will know exactly what's happening now. In 1 minute this candle is going to close right on gold. Now what you're gonna do is, this is very important, that when you see a reversal pattern here like that, okay, the price still didn't break this monthly resistance zone. Okay, you see that this monthly resistance zone is still intact. Okay, the bottom of this narrow doji is still intact, and also this long-term previous resistance is still intact. So what you're gonna do is, if gold reject, so if this is a double top, if this is a reversal, see, this is how the market moves. If we consider that this price action on gold is reversal, that means that if we say that this is a double top, then this double top, to consider as a reversal change of trend, we need this support that I teach all the time. This support needs to be tested as resistance, okay, and needs to be rejected from here, and needs to form a price action giving us a confirmation for bearish move. Otherwise it's not a reversal, it could be a fake move and then could continue to go up. So then now my job here is to wait for the price to go ahead and test this previous support, which is the 7094 as resistance. If we see that the price has done that, tested this support as resistance and then rejected, or in other words, if we see that the price has created a possible head and shoulder, you see there is a narrow doji here, that could be, this could be a fake move to the upside. There is probability. Okay, so with that fake move, it is a fake move, then the price will just create a head and shoulder here and then will continue to drop. Okay, now then how we can find a trading opportunity, let me look at it on the gold. Okay, it looks like that, guys. For this month, at least 1 or 2 weeks, we might see that strengthening in dollar. Okay, but let me look at everything again. Monthly, so you see the monthly resistance Okay, so okay, so we might see gold might drop. Okay, looks like that from my opinion, from the price section, from the news, everything. Dollar is, to me, is weaker. So with that in mind, we will be opening a sell position on dollar now with all my students and in my account as well. So I'll be going short on gold, and I'll analyze everything why I have opened a bit bigger stop loss, so that everything here teaching is an educational purpose, as I mentioned, guys. So make sure that you keep everything educational. So my take profit target on this one will be at 1759. Okay, so the way I'll be trading, I'll open the same position in my account as well. First, let me send it to the students who are trading with us in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So everything here, guys, given as a educational, keep in mind. So 1783.50. So we have open. Now, why did I sold gold? Now let me open the same trade in my own account. Okay, so I'm gonna open the same position in my own account here. Okay, so I have also sold gold, and also in my account, in my live account, and also I have sent the same alert to the students. So for me, gold change its direction. For me, I think that gold might be bearish, but I could be wrong, as I told you. That's why I always tell all my students and everyone, always manage your risk. This is everything in this live session that we are doing is only for educational purpose. Now at any point, gold price might continue to rise up to test this neckline of this double bottom. Okay, and then it could go up. So if you are anyone taking a big risk, that could be very dangerous. So what I would say, that manage your risk, and also everything here open in a demo account. It is only for you learning, to learn and to grow as a trader. Now let me give you a full analysis why I have opened this position, what's the reason behind. And if you want to learn the more strategies, then it's a good opportunity for you. So looking at monthly perspective, guys, first of all, what I see that on the monthly time frame, as you can see, gold reach this monthly resistance zone. Now this monthly candle, you can see this one is a very, very important level. And what do you see, that gold in fact primarily created a lower high with that. So our stop loss is above this monthly high. Now what I am thinking, that gold what might do is, in fact, gold highly likely that probability, everything's probability in trading, it might come to this monthly support zone again to test this level. You see, this is the previous support, and also you can see that after a monthly close, this kind of bullish candle in a strongly falling market, we can expect now for this price to come again at least to certain level to test this zone. So there is a probability, because the market is overextended to the upside, there is a probability for the market to come back down. Now looking at the weekly, we see that this is the weekly price action. There is an impulse correction, impulse. Now with that impulse, now for the short term, long term we could see some another move, but for the short term what we could potentially see some retracement to the downside. Now if we look at the daily, we see that on the daily there is an impulse happen to the upside, and because this is a very important news announcement, the fundamental factor is supporting to the strengthening of dollar, and there is a weekless candle on gold as well. Highly likely that the price might break this low to come back here to grab liquidity, and then we might see that in the future a movement. So now if I look at the intraday perspective on the 4 hour, what I see that on gold is this price created a very strong rejection from here. Okay, now when I see an overextended market, okay, a reversal pattern is the edge to me is bearish. And what it could do, gold now, it come back down, okay, and then we could see a narrow doji here, okay, a green doji, and from that level we could see that creating an inverted head and shoulder coming back down, and at the same time it could just may continue to rise. So that is why I mentioned to all my students is always learn proper risk management. Do not trade blindly. Anything can happen in the market. So if I look at the 1 hour chart, what we see that there is this pattern to me is a reversal. Okay, so we could see some melting down, and before that, if it goes in the direction, couple of candles down will give us our profit that we need in our account. Now that we have a specific strategy to predict this kind of market movement in gold, in euro dollar, in GBP USD, in any instrument that you are trading. If you want to learn that strategy and also have all the trading tools we have, including this one, you can see that this is our trend following strategy translated into a Python script. Then you can find a link in the description area. You can visit the website. There's a discount going on. You can join us to become an independent, professional, profitable trader. So with that in mind, guys, I sincerely believe that you are enjoying this live session, and as usual, we open live trade as well. Like in our last NFP also, we have open trade. Every NFP we open live trade in YouTube live to help traders to learn. Everything showing in this channel is only for educational purpose, nothing to be taken as any kind of investment or any kind of advice. So I think that in my opinion we could see a drop. The way the price action has formed looks to me that it's a reversal. Can someone share Telegram channel where you send signals? Euro CAD analysis, sir, please. Yeah, absolutely. 1760s also. Okay, so we are on gold on short. Let's see what happened. And in the meantime, you see that we had an awesome trade on AUD and ZD2. We closed earlier, but that trade became a very big. If you hold the trade, you can see that we could achieve 5 times profit on this one as well. So that's how the trading is. This is our sniper entry trading strategy we used here. Now if you look at AUD USD, what I think that for the short term we should see some drop. Now if we look at USD CAD, okay, dollar CAD, if we look at the daily and weekly, okay, so on the weekly perspective, we see that USD CAD has formed. This is the weekly candle. This is a candle that has a green body, right? So what we could see the next week, feeling of this week to the upside. So that means that dollar, in that sense, we can see strengthening. Okay, but at the same time, we see that now some spike happening to the upside on gold. So we see what happened, and then so you see some short term, again some movement happening, but let's see what happened, how the price is reacting, and then we will know exactly which way the market is heading. And if you even go to the 5 minutes time frame, what do you see that but Sarna, if gold falls, then NAS100 also will drop. Okay, the way the price action has formed, to me it's now bearish. Okay, the way it has done, it's a breakdown. You see that this is a bridge. For the short term, we can expect now some drop. Okay, let's see what happened. All right, guys, so okay, so before, in advance, to you can't see the news in advance, but you can see the news calendar. Okay, so if you go to this calendar, this website called Forex Factory, where you can see the news schedule when the news will be released, but it is not possible to know the result before news are released. It's not possible for the retail traders. Okay, all right, guys, so EuroCAD. Okay, EuroCAD, let me look at EuroCAD. Okay, so what do you see that EuroCAD, let me look at the monthly. Okay, so EuroCAD is long-term bullish market. Okay, but what I think that the price already extended to the upside. Let's look at if there is any possibility for retracement. Now this is the weekly candle. As you can see, the price hitting this level. What I think that looking at the daily, we might see some short-term retracement for downside on EuroCAD. If we look at the 4 hour, the price action is still bullish, guys. Okay, we can't say that it's still we can go short, but the way it has formed, because it's NFP and we have seen a very strong rejection, we can slowly expect a reversal. Okay, but to do that, we need to observe the price action. Okay, we need to observe the price action, but for me, I think that EuroCAD might change slowly its trend. Okay, like the one that we have seen. So EuroCAD might change its trend. But going back to the gold again, guys, you see this is the 1 hour candle. So this candle has a liquidity. This is the subtle things that I pay attention, okay, when I trade, and I teach my students the same way. and this resistance is in fact huge liquidity in it. So when you see this kind of pattern, for me it's bearish. I can be wrong at any point, but in my opinion we could see some drop in gold. Now for EuroCAD, again going back to it, but I see that EuroCAD also has created, this is the 1 hour chart, you can see it has also liquidity gap, giving us a potential short-term movement to the downside. So we could potentially see, I think EuroCAD is coming back to this trend line or even a bit deeper than this, okay, which can give us a potential bearish movement to the downside on EuroCAD. Okay guys, I sincerely believe that this was an enjoyable and awesome trading session. We open a trade, and guys, join the free Telegram channel. There is a link in the description. You can find that. As this is weekend, we have a bigger stop loss on gold trade, and we will be running the trade over the weekend, and I will keep you updated in the free Telegram channel if you have opened that trade with us in this live session. A big disclaimer is that, guys, everything showing in this channel is for educational purpose, and everything is here only giving you for educational reason. And I will advise you to open the trade in your demo account, any kind of trade, and join free Telegram channel. And if you want to learn our strategies, how we trade the market in that way, how we predict the market with such an accuracy, you can see our analysis, I will invite you to visit us. There is a link in the description area. Visit the website, join our program, this where you will be learning our strategies, receiving all the trade alerts that we are sending to our students. There's a VIP chat group where you will find also trade alerts from our graduate students who are now profitable trader from our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. They are also posting the trades there, and any question they will also be able to help. I'm always there. You can find me there all the time, 24 hours, except when I'm sleeping, other than this. So, and also all the trading tools will be yours once you are joined there. There's a discount going on. I'll tell you to take the advantage. With that said, guys, I'm gonna end this session. I sincerely believe that you found value in it. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to give a big thumbs up. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow in this live session, also in my weekly forex forecast. Make sure that you don't miss out anything, and also I will be releasing some of my educational video on Saturday and Sunday, so don't miss out. Press that bell button. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.